just finished installation of our Roto-Fab fiberglass plenum cover. Now, before we start installation on our engine covers, let's take a second to double check our components. We have our left, our right cover, our 4 engine cover studs, your cable ties, 4 lower mounting grommets, 4 upper or horseshoe grommets, and your split loom. Okay, our first step will be using our 10mm deep socket, removing this stud, which sits directly under this white connector, and replace it using one of the supplied engine cover studs. Our next step is to install another engine cover stud in the vacant boss just below the oil net. We'll use our 10mm deep socket to tighten it up. Okay, moving on to the left side of the car, we're ready to install our remaining 2 engine cover studs in this boss and this boss. It's important to make sure you get those 2, as this one will not be used. And we're going to want to snug those up using our 10mm deep socket. Okay, our upper grommets engage the fuel rail roughly 1 inch in from the front as well as the back. You can see we marked ours for clarity. It's very important to make sure all the wiring is out of the way. This front one, pull up over the connector, and in the back location, you can actually wiggle this down around the coil bracket. You can also use a supplied cable tie if necessary to keep it out of the way. Moving on to the right side of the car, we'll be doing basically the same thing with the exception of disengaging this gray retainer using your pry tool. Once you have that up, we're going to be doing the same as we did on the other side. Good way I like to judge is make sure you can stick 2 fingers sideways in all 4 locations. This step is completely optional, but for a cleaner look, you can use a supplied split loom to cover this taped wiring harness that runs horizontal with your plenum cover. We begin our pre-assembly. With the lower mounting grommets, you're going to insert them into the tube. Make sure they're fully seated and give them about a half a turn just to make sure. And with our upper grommets, you're going to slide it over the ear on one side and then engage it over the other ear. Make sure they're secure. Then we repeat the steps for the other cover. You'll be standing at the front of the car, so you can actually see up under it. Line up your lower grommets with the engine cover studs. I'm just going to rest those on for now. Starting with the lower ones, push down a little bit till you feel it pop in. You want to be careful not to push too hard because the studs will puncture the grommets. And pushing on the top, you'll hear the snap. Moving on to the passenger side of the car, Our first step will be removing the dipstick. Setting that out of the way. And on this side of the car, it's easier to do it over the fender well, so you can actually see the stud through the oil hole. Once we're resting on the studs, I like to take a minute to look under here and make sure our upper flange is clear of these hoses. Starting at the bottom. Then we put our dipstick back in. And installation of your Roto-Fab engine covers is complete. After the initial installation, the covers can be removed without the use of tools. On the passenger side, pull the dipstick up about 3 inches. Starting with the upper grommets, disengage them. And the lower ones, if you feel any resistance coming out, you could be trapped on your coolant lines or one of your wires, so you'll want to reach through with your fingers to disengage those. Same for going on, you'll make sure your dipstick's out to 3 inches. Line up the lower mounting grommets. Once again, double check to make sure you're free of your hoses. Push on the lower grommets till they snap. Same with the upper. Cover. One tip is after disengaging the upper grommets, I like to stick my hand between the cover and the AC line to prevent dinging it and scratching the finish. Then going back on with it, moving to the front of the car so we can see our studs and make sure we're on them. Make sure our upper grommets are on the fuel rail. Push down to secure the lower ones and the upper ones. We want to thank you for taking the time. Oil cap. It's available in painted to match finish, to match your engine covers, or a chrome finish. This cap was designed specifically for these covers as it sits about 3/16 of an inch higher than the stock cap.